Welcome everybody, I'm the Varangian Gamer and welcome to my channel. This is actually the first video that I'm posting on my channel, so if you found it, I don't know how you found it, pure chance probably, blind luck, maybe you feel you're unlucky, who knows, you can let me know at the end of the video. But yes, if you have found your way here, thank you for watching, it means a lot. I'm going to start trying to promote the channel on the usual places like X and Instagram. Links will be in my YouTube profile if you want to go there and check out when I might be posting new videos. We're in CK3, as you can see, and I want the videos to be fairly short. I don't want them to kind of be too long, so I'm thinking maybe half an hour max. So in this first one, we'll see how long it goes, but I'm thinking it's probably just going to be setting everything up, getting the character going, meeting our character, talking about what we might want to achieve with this playthrough, and maybe a little bit more about myself. So let's get into it. We're going to be starting off as Halfdan Whiteshirt, Hvitsek, which I imagine is Danish or Old Norse for white shirts, because I know Vit is white in Swedish at least. So Hvitsek is probably, and I've probably killed it, white shirt. Who knows? Anyway, we are starting on 1st of January in 867 CE. We are Halfdan Whiteshirt, 39, the Duke of York, or as we will call it, Jorvik. He's got a son, Gudfrid, and a daughter, Saga the Truth Speaker. His culture is North, his faith is Asatru, and it says the first wave of the invasion, this will be the great heathen army, but we're not the heathens. It's the strange Christian god that are the obvious heathens here. The first wave of the invasion has gone very well for Halfdan Whiteshirt. With the help of his brother Ivar, who you can see over in the Scottish Isles, the Isle of Man and a bit of Dublin, Ivar the Boneless, he has wrestled the control of York from King Aeller's hands, and he will take so much more. Will you follow in history's footsteps and have your bloody revenge, or stake out a new path for Halfdan? And yes, King Aelle of Northumbria, reputed to have killed Halfdan's father, Ragnar Lothbrok, and so the sons of Ragnar are now invading his lands and looking to take revenge. So let's start. Oh yes, let's call it Danelaw. Not giving too much away, I don't think, as the Danelaw is definitely going to be one of our early objectives. So let's have a closer look at Halfdan. This is you. So we are ambitious. Halfdan knows what he wants and he's not afraid to try and get it. He's wrathful, so he's quick to anger and fury. He is callous, being called both heartless and cold-blooded. Halfdan is indifferent to most. He's also a skilled tactician, a hunter, a military engineer, and of course a Viking. So we will probably do some raiding, I imagine. He's got a petty queen, I almost put a pretty queen, but petty queen Ingjordur of Jorvik, and I have a number of children: Siegfried Halfdanson, Gudfrid Halfdanson, Saga the Truth Speaker, Jarl Dyer the Stranger, and Ragnar Halfdanson, and my brothers Jarl Bjorn Ironside of Uppland, over in what will probably become Sweden, Ubba Ragnarsson, my half brother, and he's with me, he's my marshal, we've got Jarl Sigurd Snake in the Eye, who's in Sheeland, and Jarl Ivar the Boneless of the Sudria, which are the Scottish Isles, basically, I think. So yes, so we're here, we're in Jorvik. We've taken this batch of land from Northumbria and King Aela with a absolutely terrible comb over. And we want to exact revenge on our father. So he's fighting a war against us and against Ivor at the same time. So yeah, why CK3? So I really enjoy a lot of the Paradox games, a lot of the Paradox Grand Strategy games, and the reason why I probably like CK3, well, I don't say whether I like it the most, but the features that I do like about it is it can be very character driven. We can take decisions and decide what we're going to do based upon who the current leader is. So he's ambitious, so he's probably going to try to expand his borders, perhaps. He's wrathful, so any prisoners he might not really give them much mercy. Added to that, he's callous, so he might be unmerciful in a very maybe cruel and heartless way. So I'm not going to play with too much of a map painting. I'm not necessarily going to try and just conquer the whole of Europe. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see a bit more of the world in which we know of at this time, in this time period, sorry. We're certainly not going to be a full world conquest, I don't think. But I like how he's got the flowers next to the candle, the skull candle holder. He's wrathful, but he's got a nice caring side as well. Or maybe he just likes the smell of the flowers to get rid of the dungeons and the nasty smells coming from there. Who knows? So yeah, we're gonna use our characters to drive the narrative forward, I guess. I mean, what that does mean is if I make mistakes, well, it's not my fault, it's the character. If I start a war and end up losing it, well, it's because he was ambitious, or maybe he's maybe one of the other characters that we might get in the future. He could be foolhardy or a bit dim-witted maybe, and he might make bad decisions. That's all the character, and none of it is me whatsoever. However, there are a couple of things that I would like to kind of aim for, at least initially. And obviously the first of those is to form the Danelaw, which was a historical chunk of land, probably encompassing Northumbria, a fair bit of Mercia, I imagine, and probably East Anglia. And the Danes ruled this. They made a bit of a peace treaty with Wessex. I think it was Alfred the Great, so I think he probably wasn't the Great then. He was probably just plain Alfred. I think he only got the Great after he died. Yeah, so he's here, look. So he's not in charge of Wessex. He's not the ruler of Wessex at the moment, but yeah, he's probably next in line, seeing as, well, he's only got two of his brothers are dead already. So unless he pegs it before his old dad here, he's probably going to come to Alfred. So we're going to try and form the Danelaw. That's going to be key, and then we'll see what happens. Obviously, the Danelaw ultimately only lasted 100 or a couple hundred years at most, but they did leave a lot of cultural impressions in this part of England and southern Scotland, as well as the Norwegian Vikings up in Scotland and into Ireland. They also left their mark as well. So, form the Danelaw. I want to try to impose the Norse culture across the Danelaw and any other land that could ultimately be conquered. And I would like to kind of spread or yes, spread the word and of Odin and the Norse gods to the British Isles. Revert them back to their North Germanic paganism and drive the Christ god out of the British Isles. Obviously, who knows? Maybe at some point in the future we might get a character that's not particularly pious and maybe decides to change religion to create some alliances or to better his situation or her situation. Probably won't get too many female leaders. Not a great time for women, the Middle Ages, if I'm honest. Who springs to mind? Joan of Arc. Yeah, probably didn't end well for her either, did it? There's a very few, Eleanor of Aquitaine. There's definitely some strong women, but it tends to be the males that rule. Obviously, they've been doing it for hundreds of years. What can go wrong? So let's see where we are. Okay, let's pick a lifestyle for Halfdan, and I'm thinking martial. He's got a martial education, so we get more experience. We're going to focus on our realm, honourable conduct, and the strategies that will win our wars. Sounds like a good one to me. And then within there, we've obviously already got quite a few perks under the gallant banner. So he's gallant and callous. So interesting. We need one more to kind of finish that little tree off and get some nice bonuses. So I think we'll probably do that first, or when we get the next martial perk. But I do like these others. This one does give some good bonuses to knight effectiveness. This one probably gives effectiveness and bonuses to our men at arms, and then here we've got dread and control growth. So it doesn't feel, even though he's got the gallant, he doesn't feel like a chivalrous person. He's either authoritative, or he's going to go for the strategic, and I just think I'm going to go for the extra martial. And it says, luck can win a duel, a fool can win a battle, but it takes more to win a war. It takes more to win a war. Nice little bit of Norse poetry going along with it there as well. So we've got our education focus. What else can we do? We can hold a grand tournament. Well, no, we are in the middle of a war, and this is our little war down here. The Sons of Lothbrok invasion of Northumberland, and we currently have Halfdan and Jarl Bjorn Ironside of Uppland currently as my ally, and we are fighting against Northumbria, Wessex and Mercia, so nearly everybody else. And we might see if we can bring a few more allies into the fold, but certainly not time for a grand tournament. My player heir has no spouse, so this is my player heir, my son. Let's have a quick look at him. He's gregarious, he enjoys spending time with other people, he's honest, and he's compassionate. Yeah, sounds like a good bloke, a sound chap all round. I will take time to hang out with him in the tavern. I reckon he sounds like a bit of a laugh. But he's not married. I mean, he hasn't got a spouse. So we could look for who is going to give us a good alliance. And how old am I? 24. Oh dear. I mean, she's my niece, which also, a little bit of into family marriage going on there, but yeah, royals and all that. That's what they did, isn't it? Bigger problem is she's 7, which not great, but it is a good alliance with the Earldom of Schneeland. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And it is obviously only a betrothal. They won't actually marry until Alof turns, I think it will be 16 in the game. So, you know, nothing too inappropriate. And at the end of the day, you know, let's get this alliance, and who knows, we might break it in the future. Maybe old Siegfried, or you know, when he's gregarious, hanging out with other people in the tavern, meets a serving girl in the tavern, and decides to follow his heart rather than his strategic alliance that his father set up for him. So I think we will go. We don't want to go for a Polish alliance. They're too far away. They are Norse, but let's have a look at. So Shealand has 1600, 1700. If we go to Vestmannaland, they've got 1400, so about 300 difference. I mean, she's only 4, so that's kind of even worse, isn't it? Let's go with Alof, Sigurd's daughter, and you know, see, yes, they will accept. So I think we'll send that betrothal request. When we unpause the game, we will find whether they accept the betrothal request. What else can we do? We're not employing a court physician at the moment. Come back to that. So we're not endorsed by our Hofgodi. So if we look at our council, this is our Hofgodi, basically the religious man, the Asatru priest, if you like. He's got decent skills. I think we will at some point try to sway him so he likes us a little bit better. But I want to concentrate on some of the others first. A spy master is really important that he's got a good opinion of us, because if anybody wants to interfere in or meddle in our affairs, or even try to assassinate me, we need our spy master on our side, otherwise he could help with the assassination attempt. But I think we'll have a look at, let's close this one down a bit, at our council, because none of them are outstanding, none of them are terrible, and we've got a few powerful vassals who will expect to remain on the council, so their opinion of us will go down if we decide to fire them from this position. The only one who isn't a powerful vassal is Ubba, our half brother, so I just wonder whether we've got a better marshal. So no, he's got 14 marshal, the next one is 12, so there's no point in really changing that one anyway. Let's have a look at these. So could assign our player heir as our chancellor. He's got 15, but that will make a vassal a bit more upset with us by bumping it up to another 5 points. The steward, again, it's a different son, but that's only 2 more points for a loss of opinion. And then the spy master, well, we've got the best option in position at the moment anyway, so yeah, I don't really see there's a great deal worth of changing there. So if he's going to stay in position, let's start a sway scheme, and if successful, his opinion of us will increase by 25. So we'll start that. We'll start trying to sway him, make him like us a bit more. What else was down here? So we can make Saga Witzek. It's going to really. I'll skip that bit. We'll just make Saga, or we can make Saga into a shield maiden. So a shield maiden. Yeah, this character defies the normal structures of their society, fighting in the shield war as any other warrior. I believe she can do that because her prowess is high, and isn't married. I don't know whether that's a prerequisite or not. She's obviously not betrothed. So we could find a spouse for her, try and get another alliance, or we could get we could make her a shield maiden, which would add her to our list of champions. And we only have 6 at the moment. Looks like there's more than 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That might update a little bit when I unpause, but that's still only about 8 and 9. We could have up to 11. And because we had all those bonuses for our champions, knights, I think we're going to make Saga a shield maiden. She will become a shield maiden, so a martial will go up by 3 and a prowess will go up by 3. She will gain 30 opinion of me for 20 years. It will cost us 75 prestige, but that's not a problem. So yes, we will do that. We can station some of our men-at-arms, and we have Bondi, who are spearmen. The Bondi are part of a class of free landholders, often competent sailors that use longships to trade or to go Viking. They fight using spears and shields. Good in farmlands, good in plains, or bonuses in farmlands and plains. Negative points in hills, mountains, and desert mountains. And yes, obviously because they're Vikings, they come from Denmark. They're good in winter and harsh winter. And we have 400 of those. The other one are Vigmen. Warriors in the front present an impenetrable wall of shields to protect archers in the rear. This tactic deters skirmishers while allowing a steady advance. So yeah, one of those shield walls that Saga will now probably join. They get bonuses in farmlands, plains, and taiga, and also in the winter months. In the winters, yes. I think let's pick the Vigman first and find the best one there. So Jorvik looks like it's going to be the best place. They get a 2.8 and a 3.6 bonus. So we'll put those there, and then we will station those. Yeah, so again, Jorvik would have been better, but we've got the Bondi there. Let's station those in Leeds. Okay, so this is our army. So we've got 5,668 levies, currently 6 of 11 champions, 500 men-at-arms. So the men-at-arms probably better skilled, but we can get more levies from our local populace. And we also have a bunch of special soldiers, which, yeah, I had to put my false teeth back in there. That was hard to say, harder than it should have been. Yeah, presumably these are, Danes that came across with the Sons of Lothbrok to exact revenge on behalf of Ragnar. They will be inherited on succession, but I don't think they will replenish. So when they die, they're gone for good. Whereas levies and men-at-arms will slowly replenish over time. What else have we got? Yes, we can declare wars. We're already in a war, but we could declare war against Alba, the Gaelic Scots. We could also declare war against East Anglia. But at the moment, we'll come back to that. I'll come back to marriages as well. We can negotiate an alliance with our brother, Jarl Bjorn. So this is Bjorn Ironside. So he's in the war already, but we don't have a formal alliance with him. So I think we will ask Bjorn to be our ally. And we can also negotiate an alliance with our brother, Jarl Ivar. But he won't accept. And I think the big issue is mostly because we're already in a war, so yes, he's not going to accept at the moment, so we'll leave that one. And yes, it's telling us we don't have a full allocation of champions. So other family members who can get married. Well, we set up, or we requested a betrothal for Siegfried. Daughter is still there, but she's going to be a shield maiden. So I'm going to leave her. She can do a fighty, stabby thing with the lads in the army. Let's have a look at Goodfried. So our other son, our spare, in case anything happens to our elder son, he's diligent, lustful, oh aye, and calm. He's a legitimised bastard, an aggressive attacker, and a tough soldier. So yeah, you know, maybe he's a lover and a fighter, not a lover or a fighter. So yes, let's have a think maybe of another alliance. Maybe we go for the 4-year-old. That sounds so bad. I won't do that again. Yes, let's go for the Norse culture. So we could create an alliance with Earldom of the Mon, which is presumably the Isle of Man. Again, it's small, well not again, but it's only 873. This one would be 1400. So he's 23. You know, wait another 12 years to get married. Plenty can happen in between. Let's use this just to get one more alliance to maybe help us in these first couple of wars. Well, at least this immediate war against King Aila, and then let's see what happens after that war when we actually unpause the game. So that's taken us roughly about 25 minutes, and if I can keep episodes to about 30 minutes, I think that's probably quite good. That's enough to listen to me. I mean, you know, I don't think anybody's listened to me talk for half an hour in my entire life, so anybody who's got this far, you know, give yourselves a bit of a pat on the back, really. In the next episode, we will unpause. We'll start our battle against Northumbria and King Aila and see if we can win that war. If you would be so kind to give this a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you give it a thumbs down, please do give me a comment and say what you didn't like about it. Constructive comments would be great, not just boo, you suck and I'm never coming back here again. Yeah, a little bit of constructive criticism would be great. As I mentioned right at the beginning, this is my first video. I'm learning a lot as I go along. I have got a mic, a decent mic, but the sound, I don't know how that's going to come out. Hopefully it's all right. Any tips that anybody's got on producing videos for YouTube, please do give me those in the comments section as well. I think what I'm planning to do is do this playthrough, maybe start another playthrough to start streaming as well, or to record and put on YouTube, and I might use a mod of the game for that, maybe a Game of Thrones one or a Lord of the Rings one, something along those lines. If you've got any preferences, there's the Prince or Princes of Darkness one, which is also a very extensive mod, I believe. I've not really played any of them, so I'd be going into a lot of those blind, but yeah, I'll probably get one of those up and running. The big thing on the horizon, they announced, I think, a September release date for the next DLC, which is going to improve the Byzantium Empire experience. Way down here in the Western Roman Empire, Greece and Turkey, and obviously, you know, as the Varangian gamer, I'm going to have to check that one out. But I'm going to wait until the DLC is out. And they're also introducing unlanded characters, which I've no idea how it's going to work. I've got some ideas in my head about what I'd like to do with an unlanded character. So they will definitely be on the horizon in, as I say, I think it's September. So there's those to look forward to, maybe. Once again, you know, a like would be great, a follow would be fantastic, a comment would be super, constructive comments would be great, and we'll see you next time. I'm going to get these out quite regularly, hopefully. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.